Hey everyone, good evening. How is everyone on this wonderful Tuesday for Take Profit Tuesday? I am Kimberly McKinney. Let's talk about non-farmers payroll and how it actually affects the market. I'm going to be sharing my screen for those who are watching live on Facebook. I'm going to be sharing so you guys can see how it affects in news, how non-farmers payroll affects the news and how it affects trading, which I would say definitely trade with caution when that week arises. Okay. All right. So um, thank you guys for hopping on. Let's get started. All right, so I'm going to turn this camera around so you guys can see what I'm going to be looking at. All right. Okay, so let's get this started. I know this is going to be a little bit fuzzy for you because one of the teachers knocked my phone out of my hand and it created a situation with my phone. So it's like now if my phone you have to either put it on the closest or farther away zoom in order for it to be clear. On my phone it's a little bit fuzzy right now, so let me share my screen so we can take a look at news that actually affects non-farmers payroll. All right, so what you're going to be seeing here is a list of folders. And this is news, guys. This is something that you can actually take a look at when it's time to trade in some of these markets. Like Australian dollar is a red folder, so it's not really good to trade at this point. And here's what I wanted to get to right here. So this week is non-farmers payroll. This is all of the other industries as it relates to the employment and job openings, except for those that are in agriculture and farming. All right. So as you can see, if you're looking from here from 2012 all the way up to 2022, let's take a look at this because this report comes out every single month around that particular week. So the usual effect, basically what it measures is the number of job openings during the reported month, excluding the farming industry. So this lets us know how many across the US and the markets, how many job openings are available. Usually they're said a usual effect is actual, mean greater than forecast is good for currency. If I'm interpreting this wrong, they're saying there's a lot of job opportunities or job openings. That could mean that it's good for the currency, is good for the US dollars when there are a lot of job openings available. All right. So this is reported every month. It can, and definitely this is what I want to talk to you guys about today. It can definitely impact the market because job openings are a leading indicator of overall employment. Okay, so when you're actually looking at this in the market, so when you're looking at the markets as it relates to this particular report, you have to be careful when you are trading because the market itself is going to it's gonna have a lot of pullbacks and it's gonna have a lot of other things that's happening in the market. So right now, what we're taking a look at is the US 30. So right now, US 30, as you can see, these candles here, this candle this was about 11 o'clock this morning. And it looks like this was a huge money for, for buyers, okay, and for buyers in this particular candle. So that means there was a lot of buyers during this hour, guys. I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame for US 30. This is Dow Jones. Huge influx. Candles are wicks. Yep. And you're right about that, Lamar. It's been a lot of major consolidation. And to be honest, I didn't do so well in the market yesterday because and really ever since Sunday. Friday was good for me. But of course, the market is closed on Saturdays. But yesterday, like Sunday, Monday, and even today wasn't really good for me in the market. So let me see if I can move this over. So it's been doing a huge deal of consolidating. Where's my plus and minus? I can move my screen back and forth. Yeah, it's been consolidating like crazy, and I think a lot of it. Has to do with by it being NFP week. So, guys, even right now, like if you're looking at the screen now for US 30, you see that right now in this hour that this particular market is buying. There's a lot. So what I've been noticing that the Dow Jones has been hanging around anywhere between 33 and 31,000 for the price point, the market, the entry price area. And yeah, between 33 and 31 that's where it's been really hanging out. Let me see if I can refresh this. So when we talk about non-farmers, they're saying it's good for currency. And again, when you're looking at this, you really know how to trade, when to get inside of the market, because it can actually really turn around really quickly for you, and especially if there's other news. So right now I'm looking at some other news here. Factory orders. Let's see, this is all day. These are all day. Oh, Ward's total vehicle sales. So let's see what this folder is about. So an annualized number of cars and trucks sold domestically during the previous month. Actual greater than forecast is good. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So again, like there's quite a bit of factors that we see inside of these folders that really affects the market and price point. Let's see, release monthly about 1 day after the month ends. Okay, full reports are only available to Wards Intelligence subscribers. So yeah, you have to definitely become a subscriber of Wards Auto. So again, that even comes to the buying of selling of new vehicles, guys. I mean, even with used vehicles, you find a lot of people buying used vehicles. And all of this really has a big significant impact on our markets and how we trade. So okay, so there is some more news that's going to come out, but it's tentative. I guess in between 12:30 and 5 o'clock. It's going to have to happen before the close of the markets, which usually close about 4:30. Let's see. It says source does not have a reliable release schedule. This event will be listed with a date range or as tentative until the date is released. Why traders care is because it's correlated with spending and confidence. Rising debt levels are a sign that lenders feel comfortable issuing loans and that consumers and businesses are confident in their financial position and eager to spend money. So As you can see, this is news, guys. So when we're on here as traders, we take into account all of this information that is happening. And that's based upon how the markets move, when it's good time to get inside of the trade, when it's not a good time to get inside of the trade. Just being very, very careful and cautious of your trading styles. And sometimes if you are not sure, and if you're not very sure about getting into the markets at a particular time, do not get in. Don't do it. Don't do it, period. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. Live the trade another day. Live the trade, maybe later on in the day or the following day. And don't get greedy, because when you start getting greedy and you start seeing these markets go in the opposite direction of which you analyze it to move, and it does the total opposite, you can very easily not be it might be a beneficial day for you. So when you get that unction and that notion just to stop, go ahead and just stop. During this week is very NFP week. It's you really have to be careful. And I think this week is significant because I've traded in previous NFP weeks, and I've not seen the market I've not seen the market move like this. To me, it feels like there's just, a lot of consolidation and not a lot of uncertainties. And I think there's just some things that's trying to correct itself, or the market is in a corrective state where it's actually going through some corrections. And then it would have a breaking point where some support and some resistance is going to happen at some point. But right now, if you're not very sure, me personally, not to trade this by yourself on your own, but I would say utilize an instructor, utilize an educator that can really guide you a little bit more, because then they can see, from maybe previous history, a little bit of what we may think, or a little bit from analyzation where the market could potentially hit. And let's check out some things. This is also what I wanted to show as well. And let's see what I want to show as well. Okay. This is what I wanted to show. So on the flip side of that, you have cryptocurrency that's actually doing some really interesting things as well. And I wanted to share something with you. A session that one of our educators was talking about the US dollar and cryptocurrency. And a lot of people saying that since we're seeing the numbers or the price point inside of Bitcoin go forward down, like move in that downwards trend, don't count Bitcoin out, because we're going to see that coin move to six-figure numbers. It's just quite a few things happening in the markets right now, and it's so important for you to be well-rounded to where to focus your attention, how to focus your attention, what side of the spectrum to focus your attention. So if you see things are moving a little different on this end, try to focus on some other areas where news is not really affecting as much. So let me see if I can share my screen and we can go through looking at some of the educators on here. I like to listen to Mr. Curtis talk about some things potentially that we can see Hopefully this will come up for me. I've been noticed that now since my computer has been loading up on storage, it's causing it to move a little slow. All right, I don't want to see you, Mr. Tyrone. Let's see. You think you better call Tyrone. It looks like it's just moving a little slow. A little slow, a little slow. I got quite a few things up here. I got my broker up here. Looking at my Duns information. All right. Maybe if I... Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's click on him. All right, so I think the last time he was on was around April the 29th. And he shared some very good information about the US dollar that I think you guys should know. Yep. There we go. I'm going to click on. I see Crypto Picasso is on right about now. That's the Bitcoin guru. He'll definitely let you know what's going on with Bitcoin. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. What's about to go down here. And again, this is why I'm showing you this, because you need to know this for yourself. You don't need to depend on somebody else to trade your money for you. You don't need to depend on anyone taking your money and you not knowing the process. You need to know this stuff for yourself, because say for instance they get in this and they're not even paying attention to any of this stuff, and then you don't have you don't get the return that you want. And then a lot of times what happens is it's almost like you gotta pay Peter you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. And when you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and you lost somebody's money in the market, don't think that they're not pulling it from somewhere else, or from someone else's money. Don't think that that's not happening.
We should have action now. Man, don't get me started.
All right, so I'll just fast forward it a little bit so he can.
With I missed my Uncle Charles. That might be first of the month. I don't know. I didn't watch the verses battle. I forgot. All right. I know you know, Shay. I ain't about to even argue with you, sis. All right, so right now we got Bitcoin holding these levels, but I got to talk about this dollar index before we go any further. Now, the dollar index has been stressing a lot. Okay, so since I'm too old, Kurt, no worries, long in the tooth. All right,
he's using harmonics. Looks like he's using harmonics to look at this too.
I appreciate y'all for just waiting on me, man. Like, I was still, hey man, this almost took a win on myself. I saw my computer acting. So we got like 130 people in the chat today. So listen, this is gonna be a much smaller, more intimate class. So yeah, that part. So you definitely want to make sure I'm giving y'all a little extra attention in the chat right now. Because when there's less people in the chat, I really like to interact with y'all, because I can have more of a, kick it with y'all. Yeah, that dollar, like it is. It is. It's well, I want to say it's buggy. You got to look at it in these dollar index, right? Dollar, basically a gauge of strength of the U.S. dollar versus every other currency, right? The thing about this right now that's really interesting is, and they gauge the dollar because it's getting stronger, or should we look at text that every other fiat currency is becoming exceedingly weaker? That's the question, right? It's not that the dollar is just outperforming your. This example on the call with me and Michael with you guys on Wednesday, I was talking about how we're looking at a scenario right now where the dollar is like, it's like living in a neighborhood, right? All the other homes are just like falling apart. They're pretty much just in rubble as it is. Dollar has a leaky roof. 80% of the foundation is just cracked and ruined, and we got like a split going on borrowed time. Pretty much, right? But in comparison, it's much better than every other home because all the other homes are just all falling apart. There's literally just other homes in the neighborhood. Right? So at that point, do we have the best neighborhood and the best home in the neighborhood, or is it just our home is the only one that hasn't completely fallen apart yet? Right? That's kind of like where we are right now. Dollar, right? Like every other is just falling apart, and the dollar's like, well, we're gonna hold out a little bit, right? Like, so the dollar just stopped printing. Is what the biggest thing is going on right now. Everybody else is still in print mode. Okay, so here's my theory, because I want to talk about this real quick. I think you guys will kind of pick up on what I'm putting down here, right? So we're looking at the dollar index right now. Hear me out with this. I believe, because this, I'm in my bag with my logic right now. I believe, and I know you guys are like, what do you mean? We know there's going to be midterm elections coming up, and there's a lot of fear and uncertainty in the market. How about things we're going to get already pricing exceedingly, the fear everybody's just running to get hit hard. The best performing at Bitcoin right now.
Just some different times with the dollar, and as he mentioned, there are some political factors. You got midterms, you got people running for office, in elections. You got quite a few things happening in the market, and again, that's when you're looking at that, you definitely have to take into effect, what's happening, how to proceed with caution when you are trading in these markets. Again, when you have certain things that's happening like that, again, he said they're already factoring in, even with the interest rates and some other different factors, those come into play with the market as well. So I do encourage you, when you are looking at this stuff, to make sure that you proceed with a lot of caution when you are trading in these markets. And if you heard the last thing that he said, although he said the stock market is probably going to get hit hard, there's a possibility that the stock market may get hit hard. See, this is why I enjoy trading. This is why I enjoy trading in the foreign exchange market. This is why I like to trade foreign exchange cryptocurrency and binary options. Because if you just stay in the stock market, ladies and gentlemen, again, if the stock market gets hit hard, then guess what? Your investments inside of the stock market is going to get hit hard. I don't care who is managing your accounts. If you are working for a job and you have that job managing your accounts for your 401k, there's a possibility that, you know, those things are going to get hit hard. And this is why me personally like to trade in Forex or crypto and binary options, because it does not matter which way the market goes. We benefit from it either way, whether it's a buy or whether it's a sell. If you get hit in the stock market after you just believe that everything is just going to always be on an upswing, then you gotta be okay with losing substantial amounts of money. For individuals that saying, well, I'm gonna get my money at the stock market, or my portfolio has been affected. If that's the only thing that they are investing in, then they're really pigeonholing themselves to a traditional stock market, when there's resources out here such as this platform that I'm using, which is I Am Academy. How you can benefit both ways, whether the market swings up, down, or in consolidation. So I just wanted to just put that out there for you, so that you can, really consider to diversify what you have. Like, honestly, although I said this was not a good week for me in the markets, so to speak, I didn't do too well in the markets. But guess what? That wasn't my earned income money, guys. That was money that I got out of the market itself. Did I feel comfortable? Did I feel good about losing some of that money? No, not exactly. I didn't. But the great thing is, it wasn't my earned income money. It was actually the money that I had already got out of the markets, that I was able to leverage the market. So it allows me to trade another day. A lot of people ask, are you just a day trader? No. I'm not just only a day trader, ladies and gentlemen. Day trader, money is made around the clock, and I'm on a round the clock. I'm on a round the clock trader, which means if I want to come back later and play some trades in the market, I can do that. I can do that tonight. I can do that at 10 o'clock tonight if I want to. I can get up, early tomorrow morning. I can trade, during the time that, the New York session is in place. I can trade during the London session. London session moves from 2 a.m. to 10 o'clock in the morning. So that's when you'll find a lot of, some currency pairs that you can actually make some profits out of before 10 o'clock in the morning. So those are just, some things that I just wanted to share with you on today about why it is important for non-farmers payroll, and how that really affects the market. And I just think that, in this time, in this space, that you really need to do more than just allow somebody else to handle your business, handle your finances for you. Learn this stuff for yourself. Understand this stuff for yourself. Trust me, the time frame that you think that you will be able to get it or make sense to you, you discounting yourself. Don't discount yourself that way. Some of the stuff you may have heard the terminologies before and you just didn't know what it was. And guess what? Come over on this side and find out and understand what those terminologies is. So when it's time for you to look at a chart, then you can know, okay, this is a good time to get in the market, or this is not a good time to get in the market. Like, I'm getting ready to look at US 30 right about now. And just US 30 is allow the computer to refresh itself to see where it's going on. And then while I'm here, I can also look at the currency, see what currencies are stronger and which currencies are weak, which also helps in your knowledge of trading. We see now like the struggle of everything is CAD, is the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar has the strongest currency right now. And let's see, the Swiss franc is weak. Great British pound is weak. And you're see, this is how important it is, because you have to refresh this, because again, the currencies in the markets change. Now you have the Swiss franc that is that's not the strength of it is not strong. Whereas versus this morning around 8 o'clock, around 8:15 this morning, the Swiss franc was looking like the Canadian dollar. And again, the Canadian dollar was the same currency weakness as the Swiss franc earlier this morning. So you see how things can just flip flop very quickly. And that's why it's always good to refresh, to check out the different types of news. And this also helps you, when is a good time, around a good time for you, when it's good to trade. A lot of times people like to trade early in the morning. I like to trade early in the morning, because that way I can get my money in and I can get out of the markets, and I don't have to really stay in the markets all day long. But I'm always in the I always got, quite a few things going on. And there are some goals, there are some things that I want to take care of, but I don't want to use no earned income in order to do it. I want to be able to pay for things by leveraging the markets. And I don't care where it is. I'm flying to Puerto Rico next month. I'm going to be teaching on cryptocurrency and teaching those individuals on how to invest in it. I don't want to use my earned income money. I want to use the money that I got out of the market. So that's an affirmation for me, a declaration for me, that everything going forward is I am going to be leveraging the markets like I am a profitable trader. I am a wise trader. I am a lucrative trader. And those are the things that I make those declarations every day. And I want to see that manifestation, that everything that I'm doing, I'm gaining that knowledge inside of the market, inside of market share. Okay. So again, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. How long have I been on here? I've been on here for 32 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get off. I'm going to go get me something to eat and start to plan the rest of my day. But if you have any questions, definitely reach out to me for more information. Guys, we have a promo. When I have a promo going on right now to learn and to get inside of this market, get inside of this platform. If you want to learn foreign exchange, it's $185. If you want to learn the high frequency foreign exchange, which is binary options, it is also $185. If you're just a person that you want to learn about cryptocurrency is also only $185. And for those who are interested in opening up their own e-commerce store, your own online store, it is also $185. Literally, you can gift someone this platform. You can gift it to your child if you want your child to start learning how to make money by selling products, selling items online, like an online store. Like you literally operate like an Amazon or Etsy or eBay, Shopify. You actually operate like that, where you drop shipping it to your customers. But if you want to if you don't want to leave no money on the table, and you say, hey, I want to be able to diversify it, I want to be able to trade in every platform, then you can join by using our elite package. And our elite package is $324.95, guys. This is cheaper and less expensive than some of these trading platforms that not going to give you half of the information that you're going to see inside of this platform. And then there are also trading platforms that are a little bit less expensive, but again, you're not going to get the experience. You're not going to get the resources that you're going to see right here in this platform. And honestly, this platform, for the price point, it should be like a $10,000 platform because of the value that we have, and the fact that you have also the opportunity to become your own home home-based business. In this platform, you can become your own home-based business. Again, there is no $99 platform that allows you to also become your own home-based business. And what you receive here is also, this platform actually shows you and grooms you into becoming a Fortune 500 company. Like literally, you can choose to be rich, or you can choose to be poor, or you can choose to make an impact in your community, or you can choose to not be an impact. You can choose to stay poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly. That's not what you, if that's not what you want to do, you don't want to be poor, which means passing over opportunities repeatedly, then you want to start looking over on the rich side. Residual income creates happiness. Residual income creates happiness. This is going to be happiness for your family, your downline, your children's children, any person immediately close to your family. You can impact them down the line, where they can take the same information and they pass it on to the next generation. But if you're just sitting there and you keep watching me all the time, and you hear, you in and you out, you might watch me for a few minutes and you go on to something else. Definitely, I would encourage you. This is always value that I'm always kicking out. So I'm not going to kick out anything that's not going to be beneficial for the next person. But I provide value, and that value will definitely carry you a long way. So with that being said, have a wonderful evening. To Take Profit Tuesdays, let's go. We're trading to Dubai. We're going to be going to Dubai in October, from October the 2nd through the 10th, I believe. So guys, that's like 8 days of traveling and excursions, and being able to see the world, and really experience the beauty of Dubai, the richness of that culture, like the luxury of that culture, the elite luxury of that culture over there. Also, if you have anyone in San Juan, Puerto Rico, next month I'll be there from June 22nd through the 27th. I'm definitely going to be hosting an event that's going to be sharing cryptocurrency with the citizens and the people there. I'm excited about that. In July, we're going to be in Detroit, Michigan. I'm excited about coming to Detroit. Also in September, we'll be in Glendale, Arizona. So that's September the 15th through the 18th. I'll probably be there a couple of days earlier. But September, we're going to be in Glendale, Arizona. And I'm just looking forward to creating wealth, and just really making that declaration that I have what I say, continue to speak and continue to call those things to my life, those paradigm shifts that I want to speak into the earth as it relates to myself and my family. And I'm just so thankful for it. I'm grateful. I'm thankful and grateful. I'm so grateful now that I have what I say. I'm so grateful now that I am a profitable trader. I am so grateful now that I make the declarations that my children's children will never suffer lack. I am so happy and grateful now that there's no shortage of money for me and my family and those who are connected to me. So guys, for right now, I will see you later, and have a wonderful Tuesday. This is Kimberly.